Hello and welcome to a new episode of Today's Youth. And today we're delighted to be joined here at the studio by Mario Emad. He's a graduate of petroleum engineering and he was one of the main organizers at COP27 conference of climate change that was taking place in Sharm el-Sheikh here in Egypt. He's going to be telling us more about the role of youth in the success of COP27 or Conference of Climate Change, Conference of Parties that was held at the Red Sea resort city of Sharm el-Sheikh. Thank you very much for joining us, Mario.
You're welcome.
Mario, to start with, I would like you to highlight the role of youth in the success of COP27.
First of all, I would like to thank you for this nice opportunity to talk.
Our pleasure.
About the COP27. It was really a dream. I was feeling that I was living a dream. The President, Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, insisted to make it by youth and for youth.
Yes.
He said this. That's why we were doing our best to prove that we deserve this confidence, to deserve this trust, kind of trust. The youth were organizing everything, really, everything from the needle to the rocket, like what we say.
Yes.
So transportation, accommodations, hotels, the halls themselves, the content, the program organization for everything you can imagine. So it was like we're doing different rules. We didn't even differentiate between people who is doing this more than this, more important than this. And for me, I was working in the flights. I was responsible for, I always say team member, even if I like to say even the team leader is a team member to be successful. So I was a team member in the flights. I was responsible for changing the flights for them and managing this and the surprising changes because they are coming to a new country for them. Maybe this is the first time they come and they want to see that everything is easy to come. This is a kind of encouraging tourism, by the way. And also I was responsible for some of the hotels, maybe some changes, some complaints, some small complaints, anything. So I was managing these two parts. I could see also that the youth were moving in everything in the halls and taking care of everything, even the permissions for the people coming to make sure that everything is well secured, security, and the people, the youth that were chosen for this conference really proved that they can do the mission 100% and we achieved the dream.
Right. Mario, tell me, how did you apply as a candidate, as one of the organizers? How were you selected, the selection process?
Okay, for me, I'm always doing activities and I'm near the decision makers. Okay, this is how the youth have to work. He has to be near the decision makers, near the people choosing, because once, for me to put myself in the shoes of the person who is a decision maker. So I will choose the person who I'm seeing active, good reputation, very intelligent. That's why we're choosing. I didn't even apply for something like this and even didn't even do a step for it. I was just choosing to go for it. Being active, I have published researches in Egypt here in يوم السابع البوابة الدستور الأخبار أهرام and the International Journal of Academic and Applied Research of Washington, USA, and I'm active in my work. That's why when you got to choosing, you got to choosing for a purpose that is suitable for your kind of work and your activities.
Tell me more about your activities that you just mentioned, writing articles, and I mean you're active. I mean you're doing a lot, not just your work. Tell me more about your activities.
My activities went through many things. To tell you about it, I have a German language, so I can translate German articles. I can deal with research projects. I'm always interested in new technologies. I have made an innovative design, was published. So this is the side things, music and other things. But for me, I am very interested in the practical work that has a vision. For example, I dream one day to be a company owner. So I'm interested in how the companies are established and how they work. Also the sales, I have experience in sales. I had some project like this before. that's why I'm interested in the projects, the side projects that makes you a businessman one day, because we are all muscles for the same body, Egypt. That's why we should do our best to serve our country, and everything is really affecting. Once we focus on something and do it, we are transferred to a higher stage.
Right. To know more about you, Mario, on the personal level, you studied petroleum engineering, and then you pursued your master's degree, you completed your master's degree, and then you're now working on your PhD. Tell me more about your education and your major field of study. Why did you choose petroleum engineering in specific?
First of all, in secondary school, in the second year, I got 99%, okay? And I could apply for, get the science part to be a doctor or something. But I didn't prefer that, to be a physician. But I didn't prefer that. I preferred to work in engineering and to apply to have engineering in the mathematical department. And in the third year, the 2 years cumulative, it was 99.9%. I was the first in many a governorate because I chose the right trajectory. I didn't even hear to people that told me engineering is taken to 92% only and you have 99. No, I didn't even focus on this. And I went for the Faculty of Petroleum Engineers. It was taken 99.14%. That's why I was chosen to go for petroleum engineering for my desire. I like petroleum engineering. I like drilling. I'm interested.
You followed your passion.
That's it.
You didn't want to study medicine and you decided to follow your passion, though you got 99.9% and you were the first of your high school degree. Right, we're going to go to a short break and we'll be right back to continue our discussion on the Presidential Leadership Program and its impact and importance to the youth here in Egypt. Tell me more about your postgraduate studies.
I started my master's degree in 2010, and it was 2019, I'm sorry.
2019.
It was finished in 2019. So I chose to move forward for the postgraduate studies because I'm interested in the research. So the research is very important for me, and having something which is mine in petroleum engineering is a great pride. You know, I'm not just trying to be a studier of petroleum engineering student and to be a graduate, to be an engineer. No, I'd like to have something from this specialism to be mine. That's why I chose to move this. And for the shale gas, I made an innovative design on shale gas, which was published internationally and nationally. And for the PhD, I'm working now in nanoparticles. Nanoparticles, nanotechnology is very important all over the world, and I'm making some innovative design, another innovative design.
Right, and you're working also, Mario?
Yeah, I'm working as a drilling engineer, drilling supervisor, and I would like to take this opportunity to talk about my work as because we're taking everything.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm responsible for a drilling rig, and my specialism is to work on a drilling rig and to manage everything, like the technical, the non-technical thing, the paperwork, and everything, like to be outcome for some image to the management. Everything happening in the site is under my control to be an outcome for the management, and with the decision of the management, I'm applying them. The decision of I'm the eyes and the arms of the management in the site, the drilling rig. In the onshore and offshore. Yes.
Mario, you told me that you're planning to be a company manager. Tell me more about your project. How are you planning to achieve this? You are willing or planning to be as an entrepreneur, to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I have some designs. I started to work for me. When I'm sitting on my work, I find something lacking in this industry. Why didn't people think of this? I start to make an innovative design for it. I apply it to be a patent. Then one day when it is a patent, it's mine, it's my company. And now I will be serving my country, serving the industry I worked for through this. That's why it goes in my mind. That's why how it goes in my mind and how I move in this way, to be a company manager in my specialism, to know how can I serve the work, how can I make the work faster, safer, and in order to make it in the best shape, the best outcome.
Right. Definitely, Maya, you faced a lot of obstacles throughout your education years, throughout your work years. How did you overcome obstacles, and how did you achieve your goals through persistence and perseverance?
Once I graduated, I didn't find an opportunity to work in my specialism. I started the master's degree. All the people were mocking of me. You know, I was 99.9. I was the first Romanian governorate, and I was very good with honors degree in Faculty of Petroleum and Mining Engineering, and I didn't have an opportunity. All the people would say, and you also go for a master's degree for it? No, it's not about this. I'm insisting to be inside the specialism, to learn more, to have opportunity. Even if it was a bad time, that at this time, it was not good for work because the oil price was down and a lot of people didn't find opportunities.
It was during the pandemic time.
No, but before it was 2014 and 2015. It was a very hard time to find jobs, and I insisted. I moved through this. I insisted to move forward. I started my master's degree in 2015, and then I finished it in 2019. It took more than the time it needs because I was doing something very important and very innovative. That's why I insisted to have in my work, this is the biggest obstacle I have ever faced in my life.
Right. Mayu definitely followed all the youth conferences that were taking place here in Egypt. As you mentioned to me before we started, you saw how important is gathering youth from different parts of the world in one place like the International Youth Forum to exchange their opinion, their views, their experiences. How significant is this to the youth in your opinion?
I'd like to start by saying that there was a very big gap between the generations. One day, the people thought that the youth are playing on computers or something, doing something not important. There was a very big gap. But the smartest mind, the most intelligent mind of the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, he thought that these people should be enabled. This is instructions. Once these people are enabled, they can do very important and very big things that can be very wonderful to the whole world. That's why we took this opportunity, and a lot of conferences, the World Youth Forum and the COP27 and the industry conferences and environment, all the conferences that are happening are choosing that the youth are taking the opportunity. So gathering youth from all over the world is a smart idea also, by the way, because these people are the future, okay? So if I'm one day responsible for some place, I don't even which country, what are the people in other countries do, what, but when I have colleagues that are also leaders and they were my friends in the conference one day, so it's something like we are making it one village. The world will making it one village.
Yes. Right. Definitely, as you mentioned, the Egyptian leadership and President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi is giving great attention to the youth. A lot has been done to the youth during the past 7 years. We've seen the presidential leadership program. We've seen the youth conferences taking place. How do you see the significance of this to the youth, and what's the impact of it on them?
Yeah, giving the youth the hope that he one day can be a leader is really something, a big dream. We could not even imagine it. You know, Egypt passed through many bad stages in the era of Egypt.
Yes, definitely.
We were occupied. We were suffering in many stages.
Yes.
So we came in some stages also that we cannot have a hope for the future. But once you know your hope and you know your trajectory when you are a young person, this is very spectacular thing. Like you plan for it. You enable yourself. You take your courses. You're not only depending on the government that they will enable you, they will help you. They are doing this, by the way. And the President Fattah al-Sisi are making a lot of smart program. One of them are the Presidential Leadership Program, and I'm a member of the Presidential Leadership Program. I'm enrolled in it. So yeah, a lot of things are done. But when I am a young person and I know my future, I'm not even only depending on this. You gave me a trajectory, so I'm also qualifying myself. I'm adding to myself. I'm helping you to help me to help the home, Egypt.
Yes, sure. We're going to go to a short break and we'll be right back to talk more about the Presidential Leadership Program and its role to the youth here in Egypt. Welcome back, and back to you, Mario. We were talking about the Presidential Leadership Program, and since you're one of the members of this program, tell me more about its significance to the youth here in Egypt.
This program is qualifying the people for getting the leaders for the future. Okay, it's opening the way and giving you the trajectory, the opportunity, and making you dream. This is what all the youth all over the world are missing in their countries. Egypt is the first country, one of the first ones that are doing this, really, that you give you the hope from your being young person. I'm 31 years old and I'm dreaming and I'm qualifying myself and I'm doing something for the future. So this is from the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi was really giving big hope for youth. When you feel this country is yours. The defect in the past was that the people didn't feel this country are theirs, so they just take advantage for themselves on something. This wasn't the past, but we are now in the era, good era, new era. President Fattah al-Sisi is making you feel this is your country. Do it. I felt when I was in COP27 and also in the presidential program, it's my country, it's my place. Everything I do, good, it's affected. Bad, I try to modify it, to change it, to learn, to move, and to take a consultancy. Sometimes we are taking advice, moving it. So I have opportunity to dream. And for me, I dream, I have a lot of dreams, but being a company owner is one of them.
Right, Mario, since you were one of the organizers at COP27 and you had the chance to attend some of the sessions, and in light of your studies of petroleum engineering and renewable energy, how do you see the significance of focusing on renewable energy in light of the climate change action?
I'm not going to talk about the technical part a lot because the technical part is not the interest of a lot of people. I will talk about the policies, how the policies can be applied. For example, you're a factory owner, some factory owner and the environmental people would like to change the way, or if you have getting a smokes out of your factory and you need to apply filters or something, so you need to pay money. How I impose this on you and you accept it, how I get the advantage of a fund program to support you to do this, and you get advantage and I get advantage, and we keep the environment clean. This is how the policies are done. how the environments all over, the environmental organizations and the non-environmental, all the organizations all over the world were attending. The UN, the ILO, the American Chamber of Commerce, American embassies, the presidents. These people are coming to see how they can make it uniform all over the world to make it easier for achievement, because you need to save the earth. In Egypt here we say the winter was longer than this in the past. We only have few months for the winter. So we feel the climate change and it's near. But the normal people don't focus on it. No, you need to focus. You need to encourage. You need to move forward. And the researchers are really encouraged in this stage of the issue.
Right. Mario, we all saw or witnessed the success of COP27 through TV screens and newspapers and our coverage here. Of course, you as one of the attendees, tell me how was the success, describe to me the vibes over there.
I cannot, you need to come to see it, you need to come to see it. It was really a very nice thing to see the designs, to see the sessions, the people coming to give the sessions, to instruct the sessions, the organizers, everything moving in a right direction. Really, like there is no any defects, nobody's complaining. And even the transportations in the street, the buses, the green bus were for free. Every 10 minutes you have one. The streets themselves were very clean and nice. It was a dream and achieved, and we hope that the success of the dream are like encouraging the climate support here in Egypt, encouraging the tourism, encouraging the economy, giving the reputation to the world that they always know about Egypt, that Egypt is stable and we are always stable, and we can do it by our youth and by under the supervision of the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and management.
Right. Mario, a final word from you to the youth on persistence and perseverance to reach your goals.
I will say it always, the power of one. You need to make at least one thing. If you are talking about your dream, don't talk about it, just do one thing. Even this thing is, you can see it small or not, or negligible. Like you need to move, you need to start, you need to do, you need to follow up. That's it. And whatever you face, whatever you hear from people, don't focus. Okay, you need to adhere to the rules, to adhere to the laws. Away of that, forget it. Never focus about it, because you need to do it. Life is short. You need to do your dreams.
Take a step forward.
Yeah, Egypt needs you.
Yes. Right. Well, I would like to thank you very much, Mario Emad, graduate of petroleum engineering, and actually a very success story. You're one of the success stories, really. And I would like to thank you and wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
Dear viewers, that brings us to the end of this edition of Today's Youth. Many thanks for watching, and don't forget to join us next week, same time. Till then, it's goodbye.